from Treasures of the Anglo-Saxons and the Private Lives of Medieval Kings to an art lover's guide, Handmade in Bolton, which looks at some of the key women who have been written out of the medieval history books.
Can tell us about the world and the life and the daily life of a well-off but not aristocratic medieval woman.
But what if I told you that there exists another type of isolation? One that is not confining, but freeing. The idea of the female space is one which has been central to the feminist debate.
Have you ever wondered how many women's voices were erased from history? What secrets lie in the works of medieval women who defied societal norms to shape literature as we know it? Today, we uncover the untold stories of these trailblazing writers, their struggles, and their lasting impact. Imagine a world where women's voices were systematically erased from the pages of history. In medieval Europe, this wasn't just a possibility, it was reality. The few women who dared to challenge societal norms and write faced a double-edged sword. They were either ignored by scholars or labelled as dangerous deviants. And yet, despite overwhelming odds, a handful of women defied the constraints of their time to leave an indelible mark on literature. Their stories, though often hidden, are as riveting as the works they created. Medieval society was deeply patriarchal, with strict rules about a woman's role. Education was largely reserved for men, and women were expected to confine themselves to domestic duties. Female literacy was rare, and the idea of women contributing to intellectual discourse was almost unthinkable. Yet amidst these limitations, some women found ways to express themselves. Some entered convents, where religious life offered access to education and time for creative pursuits. Others operated under the cover of anonymity, or used male pseudonyms to protect their identities. But what made these women write in such a hostile environment? Was it pure courage, defiance, or something deeper? Their works, ranging from poetry and philosophy to medicine and theology, reveal a hunger for knowledge and an unyielding spirit. They questioned societal norms, tackled taboo topics, and laid the groundwork for literary traditions we still admire today. However, their contributions were often dismissed, their manuscripts destroyed or attributed to male authors. What would our understanding of medieval literature look like if these women had been given the recognition they deserved? How much of their influence remains hidden, waiting to be uncovered? In this script, we will journey into the secret lives of medieval women writers, exploring their untold stories, their struggles, and the groundbreaking legacy they left behind. Stay tuned as we reveal the extraordinary tales of these literary pioneers. Section 2. Profiles of key medieval women writers. The annals of history may have tried to bury their names, but the words of medieval women writers speak louder than the silence imposed on them. Their lives were a testament to courage, creativity, and resilience. Here are the stories of 20 women who defied societal norms and left an indelible mark on the literary world. 1. Hildegard of Bingen, 1098 to 1179. Hildegard, a German abbess, mystic, and polymath, channeled her visions into extraordinary works of theology, poetry, and music. Her books, like Scivias, were bold explorations of faith and human existence. Despite skepticism and resistance from the Church, her works survived as testaments to her intellectual might. 2. Christine de Pizan, 1364 to 1430. Christine was a revolutionary voice in France, challenging misogyny through her works like the Book of the City of Ladies. Widowed young, she supported her family by writing, making her Europe's first professional female author. Her fearless critiques of male-dominated narratives made her a precursor to modern feminism. Marie de France, 12th century. A poet of great acclaim, Marie's Lay depicted love, betrayal, and morality through enchanting fables. Though her true identity remains shrouded in mystery, her literary style laid the groundwork for French courtly literature. She dared to write for the elite and infused her stories with themes of female agency. 4th. Trotta of Salerno, 12th century. Trotta was a medical writer and practitioner, creating the Trotula, a set of texts on women's health that became a cornerstone of medieval medicine. Though attributed to male scholars for centuries, her contributions in gynecology and obstetrics are now widely acknowledged. 5. Julian of Norwich, 1343 to 1416. Living as a recluse, Julian penned Revelations of Divine Love, the first book in English known to be authored by a woman. Her theological reflections presented a compassionate and nurturing image of God, challenging traditional patriarchal views in religion. 6. Marjorie Kempe, 1373 to 1438. Known for her autobiographical The Book of Marjorie Kempe, Marjorie chronicled her spiritual visions and pilgrimages in a time when women were not taken seriously as authors. Her unflinching honesty about her struggles with faith, family, and mental health makes her work deeply relatable even today.
Medieval England. And it tells us about her aspirations, it tells us about her sense of the world. But it also tells us a lot about the kind of nitty-gritty of...
Aged 30 and so seriously ill she thought she was on her deathbed, Julian received a series of visions or shewings of the Passion of Christ.
7. Hrotsvita of Gandersheim, 935 to 1002. The first known female playwright, Hrotsvita, blended Christian themes with classical styles. Her plays, like Dulcitius, defied expectations, presenting strong female characters who resisted sin and oppression. 8. Isabella d'Este, 1474 to 1539. A patron of the arts and a writer herself, Isabella wielded her influence in Renaissance Italy. Her letters reveal a brilliant mind negotiating politics, culture, and personal power in a male-dominated world. 9. Laura Serrata, 1469 to 1499. An Italian scholar, Laura championed women's education through her essays and letters. She fiercely criticized societal restrictions, proclaiming, "Knowledge is not given as a gift, but earned with diligence." 10th. Héloïse d'Argenteuil, 1101 to 1164. Héloïse's letters to her lover, philosopher Peter Abelard, are masterpieces of intellect and emotion. They reveal her struggles with love, autonomy, and societal expectations. 11th. Birgitta of Sweden, 1303–1373. Declared a saint, Birgitta's writings, including the Revelations of Saint Birgitta, provided moral and political critiques of her time, earning her both reverence and controversy. 12th. Anna Komnena, 1083–1153. A Byzantine princess and historian, Anna authored the Alexiad, documenting her father's reign. Her detailed chronicles were groundbreaking in an era when women were excluded from historical scholarship. 13th. Catherine of Siena, 1347 to 1380. Catherine's Dialogue of Divine Providence cemented her as one of the foremost theological writers of the Middle Ages. Her letters to popes and monarchs reflect her audacity in addressing political and religious issues. 14th. Leoba, 700 to 782. A missionary and poet, Leoba composed hymns and prayers that influenced early Christian liturgical practices. 15th. Egeria, 4th century. One of the earliest travel writers, Egeria documented her pilgrimage to the Holy Land, offering unique insights into early Christian practices and landscapes. 16th. Beatrice of Nazareth, 1200 to 1268. A mystic and poet, Beatrice's 7 Ways of Holy Love delved into themes of divine union and spiritual longing. 17th. Clemence of Barking, 12th century. An English nun and poet, Clemence is best known for her hagiography of St. Catherine of Alexandria, blending devotion with artistic flair. 18. Anna of Quedlinburg, 10th century. As an abbess, Anna contributed to historical texts that detailed the lineage and politics of Saxon rulers. 19th. Jeanne de la Font, 14th century. A lesser-known French writer, Jeanne's lyrical poetry explored themes of loss, love, and resilience. 20. Margaret of Oingt, 1240 to 1310. Margaret, a Carthusian nun, wrote in Franco-Provençal, a rarity for her time. Her spiritual works reveal a deep introspection and emotional intensity. These women wrote in defiance of a world that sought to silence them. Each faced unique challenges, from censorship and ridicule to the physical dangers of challenging societal norms. Yet their words endure, offering a window into the struggles and triumphs of medieval womanhood. Their resilience and ingenuity set a precedent for future generations of female writers, proving that creativity could thrive even under the harshest conditions. Their contributions demand recognition, not just for their historical significance, but for the inspiration they offer to those fighting for their voices to be heard today. Section 3. The legacy of medieval women writers transcends time, serving as a beacon of resilience and creativity. Their works challenged societal norms, giving voice to experiences that would have otherwise been lost. From Hildegard's theological visions to Christine de Pizan's feminist critiques, these women proved that intellect and artistry could thrive even in oppression. Today, their stories remind us of the power of perseverance. They paved the way for women to claim their rightful place in literature, inspiring movements for gender equality in the arts and beyond. Their influence can be seen in every female writer who dares to challenge conventions and speak truth to power. Reclaiming their narratives is more than an act of justice. It is a celebration of humanity's shared literary heritage. By honoring these trailblazers, we not only preserve their legacy, but also ensure their voices continue to inspire generations to come. The medieval women writers refused to be silenced, neither should we. The courage of medieval women writers continues to inspire us today. If their stories captivated you, let us know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more hidden histories. See you next time.